Have you ever tried to force someone to love you back, only to watch them pull away even further? Or pushed so hard for a promotion that it somehow slipped through your fingers? Maybe you've gripped so tightly to a dream that it crumbled right in your hands. The harder we chase, the faster things seem to run away. But what if I told you that the secret to getting everything you want is to stop forcing it? That's exactly what the ancient Stoics discovered over 2,000 years ago. In this video, we'll explore why forcing things creates the very resistance we're trying to overcome, and how embracing the Stoic principle of flow can transform every area of your life. Get ready to discover why letting go might be the most powerful thing you can do. Life has a strange way of teaching us lessons. The more desperately we want something, the more elusive it becomes. Think about trying to fall asleep when you're anxious. The harder you try, the more awake you feel. Or remember that person you really wanted to impress, who seemed less interested the more you tried. This isn't coincidence. It's a fundamental law of human nature. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful emperor in Roman history, understood this deeply. He wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Here was a man who could command armies, yet he knew the most important battle was the one inside his own head. The first truth every Stoic learns is this: there are only two types of things in existence. Things you can control and things you cannot control. That's it. Everything else is just noise clouding your judgment. You can control your thoughts, your actions, your responses to what happens. You cannot control other people, the weather, the past, or what's coming tomorrow. Yet most of us spend our entire lives trying to control the uncontrollable. We stress about what others think of us. We worry about future events that may never happen. We replay past mistakes hoping somehow we can change them. It's like trying to hold back the ocean with your bare hands. Exhausting and completely pointless. Epictetus, who spent years as a slave before becoming one of history's greatest teachers, put it perfectly. Some things are within our power, while others are not. He learned this lesson the hard way, but it set him free in ways his captors could never take away. True freedom isn't about controlling your circumstances. It's about mastering your response to them. Picture yourself stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. You honk your horn, you stress, you check the time every 30 seconds. But does any of this change your situation? Number. You're still stuck. The traffic doesn't care about your schedule. But here's what you can control: your response. You can use the time to practice breathing exercises, listen to something educational, or simply accept that this is where you are right now. When you stop fighting reality and start working with it, something magical happens. You find peace in the middle of chaos. You discover opportunities in what seemed like obstacles. This is what the Stoics called living according to nature. Not forcing your will on the world, but aligning your actions with how life actually works. Now here's where people get confused. Not forcing doesn't mean not trying. It means trying differently. It means acting from wisdom instead of desperation, from confidence instead of fear. Think of a master gardener. She doesn't force plants to grow faster by pulling on them. Instead, she creates the right conditions: good soil, proper water, adequate sunlight, and trusts nature to do the rest. Seneca, one of Rome's wisest philosophers, wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." When we force outcomes, we're often holding on to things that need to naturally come to an end. We're trying to control the tide instead of learning to surf. Consider relationships. How many times have you seen someone try to force love? They text constantly, they analyze every word, they change themselves, trying to become what they think the other person wants. But real attraction, real love, can't be manufactured or manipulated. It either flows naturally between two people or it doesn't. When you stop forcing and start being authentically yourself, you attract the right people for the right reasons. The same principle applies to success in your career. Yes, you should work hard and be prepared, but there's a difference between dedicated effort and desperate forcing. One comes from confidence and patience, the other from fear and anxiety. People can sense the difference, and they're naturally drawn to those who embody calm competence rather than frantic need. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, and constant political pressure, yet he wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." He wasn't being passive, he was being strategic. He focused his energy where it could make a real difference instead of wasting it on things beyond his influence. This is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of Stoic philosophy. People think it means giving up or becoming emotionally numb, but it's actually the opposite. When you stop fighting against the current of life, you can navigate it with incredible skill. When you're not wasting energy on what you can't control, you have tremendous power to influence what you can. Take personal growth, for example. Most people approach self-improvement like they're at war with themselves. They set impossible standards, beat themselves up for every mistake, and expect instant transformation. But lasting change happens like the growth of a mighty oak tree, slowly, steadily, with patience for natural rhythms. Epictetus taught his students, "No one can hurt you without your permission." This doesn't mean bad things won't happen to you. It means you get to choose how those events affect your inner world. When someone is rude to you, you can choose to let it ruin your day, or you can recognize that their behavior says nothing about you and everything about where they are in their journey. The most successful people in any field understand this principle intuitively. They prepare thoroughly, they work consistently, but they don't attach their self-worth to any single outcome. They know that rejection, failure, and setbacks are part of the game, not signs that they should give up. They flow around obstacles like water, always finding another path forward. Imagine holding sand in your hand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. But if you simply hold your hand open, the sand stays in place. Life works the same way. The more desperately you grasp for something, the more likely you are to push it away. But when you hold your desires lightly, working toward them without being controlled by them, they often manifest more easily than you imagined possible. This doesn't mean you become indifferent to outcomes. It means you become unattached to them. You care deeply about your goals and dreams, but you don't let them become prisons. You work toward what you want while remaining open to what you need. Sometimes these are the same thing, sometimes they're not. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Seneca captured this beautifully when he said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." When you're constantly forcing and pushing, you're living in tomorrow's possibilities instead of today's realities. You miss the beauty of where you are because you're so focused on where you think you should be. The ancient Stoics discovered that the universe has its own intelligence, its own timing. Just like a river always finds its way to the ocean, life has a way of flowing toward what serves our highest good, but rarely on our timeline or in the way we expect. When you align yourself with this natural flow instead of fighting against it, you tap into a power far greater than your individual will. So what does this look like practically? It means taking inspired action without attachment to results. It means being open to opportunities you didn't plan for. It means treating setbacks as redirections rather than failures. It means trusting that you have everything you need to handle whatever comes your way. The next time you feel yourself forcing something, whether it's a conversation, a goal, or even trying to feel a certain way, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what would happen if I relaxed my grip right now? What would change if I trusted the process instead of trying to control every step? This is the path to true peace and authentic success. Not the kind that comes from manipulating and controlling, but the kind that flows from wisdom, patience, and trust in life's deeper intelligence. When you stop forcing, you don't become weak. You become wise. You don't give up. You level up. The Stoics knew that the strongest trees are those that bend with the wind instead of breaking against it. The most successful people are those who adapt to change instead of resisting it. The happiest individuals are those who work with life instead of against it. Don't force anything today. Flow with what comes. Trust your preparation. Release your need to control every outcome. And watch as life begins to unfold in ways more beautiful than you ever could have forced into existence. If this video opened your eyes to a new way of living, hit that like button and share your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Subscribe for more ancient wisdom that transforms modern life. And remember, the best things in life aren't forced. They're attracted by who you become when you stop trying to force them.